Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, we are getting ready for the launch of New World, and New World is a big game overall. There's a lot to really look forward to when it comes to New World, and there's a lot that people have to get ready for. Now, there is something that I really would like to share with the greater community for this year before we actually kick into the actual game. Number one, New World is not going to be an extremely difficult game to play. There's going to be a lot of versatility within this game, but there are one or two things that you really need to be careful about in terms of how you play it. Now, as you can see, this is actually my past footage. I'm actually watching it live on YouTube while I am uploading this video. One of the things that I can tell you is I experienced a lot of laggy play, and you know what, it wasn't that bad. It was quite entertaining to do it for myself, but it was probably very irritating for anybody else who had to watch me actually play the game. So here are a few things that I have to admit about the game when I was in it for the beta. Although this game is going to be fun to farm, it's going to be very repetitive. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say it's natural for games to be repetitive, but it is going to become irritating to some extent for a lot of those who are playing. And as you can see, what I did was I killed low level minions for quick levels. You know what, it's not that difficult to kill them, and once you have the right gear, it becomes effortless because you don't have to really worry about what they do against you. And as you can see, I'm using the powers that I had to actually get an edge in all terms of combat. So yeah, once you have enough power, you can really fly through things like this. And I even went further than this. After learning to use my powers here in this particular session, I learned how to optimize my use of powers. So I use them in such a way that I could get ahead of where I was. So one of the things that I would suggest for you to do as a player is exactly what I'm doing over here. You go about in a low level area and you learn your block, you learn your parry, and you learn how to use your movements of your character efficiently. I know it doesn't seem all that crazy or difficult to understand, but if you really work on your movements, you could actually get away with a lot more than what I was getting away with over here. Now, once I leveled past, I think it was level 12, I actually was taking on opponents who were 4 to 5 levels above me. Actually, I think I killed a level 19 at one point, but nonetheless, it was really difficult to do so, and it catapulted my ability to start leveling even faster. So one of the pieces of advice I can give is train as much as you can in the beginner area. So once you have your basic set of gear and you've completed your basic quest until you reach the city, come back to one of these areas and train up your skills. Now, when I say train up your skills, I don't mean you're doing this here to level up. You're doing this to become more efficient. Now, obviously, I'm breaking my weapons, I'm breaking my armor by doing this. It's low level weapons, low level armor, it's not really all that important. And from these guys, I am picking up some resources. Also, one of the things that I was using them for was gathering materials to actually repair armor. So while I was doing all of this, I'm just picking up small little bits here and there. I was swapping to my musket when I picked up enough ammo and trying to level that up as well, because as many weapons as you can upgrade, it's going to help you later on in the game. Obviously, nobody's going to be a master of every single weapon in the start. We're all going to have to keep our focus on what we're good at, and it will make a difference for us as we play. So here's something that I'm going to advise for the greater part of the game. If you are going to follow my method and you're going to train yourself and then rush up in terms of level, okay, there we go, I'm doing one of the skill shots here. Okay, that was one of the perfect runs that I did with that guy. Most of the time he got away from me, and I was actually hoping for the skill shot for the first one. You can see I'm really shredding through them. I'm using the basic second as a long range. The reason is quite simple. Playing a tank solo means that at the worst case scenario, you're going to try and get away from combat, and then you're going to try and draw them to your position. So if you want to draw them, the best thing you can do is fire a few shots from long distance out, and that will definitely help you when it comes to the game. So here's something else that is really important to note about gaming styles. If you don't employ the right amount of finesse to your gameplay, you're going to end up in a lot of difficult situations. As you can see, this is me running back to one of the camps because I want to get extra meat or extra rations, and as you can see, all of my armor is broken on me. So there is another thing, I'm running around with broken armor. Then I'm going to dismantle all of the pieces that I loot, get up a few levels, and that's going to be my way for leveling. Not the best way, but it is something that you can do to get a little bit further. As you can see, I was having rendering problems with the game. That was mainly because of my signal. My signal was very weak. Right now it's strong enough to actually hold up a live stream, which is quite an improvement to say the least. And yeah, I'm really hoping to keep things going on this path. So when the game launches, there's going to be some live streams coming out from me. I'm hoping that the first day, during my first set of gameplay, it is going to be a live stream start. A live stream start will give me 2 hours of live stream start here on the channel. So you can expect me to go live with the game about 45 to 55 minutes after I give a notice. So once my download reaches its last stage, I'll give a notice that I'm going on. I'll log into the first page, I'll get my character ready, and then I will start the live stream on the side, and hopefully I will have enough time to actually get into the game. Now, as I said, that I was having loading and rendering problems with the game. If I was using AMD, I was going to have worse problems, that is guaranteed. AMD is not very well suited to the rendering situations. I know a lot of people won't agree with that because you have very powerful AMD machines, but in the baseline, AMD needs a good graphics card or a good graphics processing unit to actually give you that good rendering. And just doing this off of Intel was very difficult, to say the least. So I'm hoping that during my gaming, a lot of these incidents don't happen. The next thing to ensure that you have a good setup to your start of the game is know where you are starting. Now, I'm not going to give you a map to the game and push with a few crazy ideas, right? I'm just going to put that on, and I'm dropping out the display in the background. So here's the whole thing. When it comes to actual gameplay, you're going to want to have the following things ready. Have your locations on the map pre-set up, right? This applies to everybody, whether you're going to be part of the same alliance that I'm in. I'm following one of the other YouTubers, Ivan. I've joined his corporation. The corporation, myself and Lexi were trying to build actually ended up failing on us. We only managed to get 4 members, and then Lexi joined this group, so I joined with him. As you know, Lexi is one of my good friends when it comes to the game. So yeah, I joined in with him. Sorry about that. I joined in with Lexi, and that led from one thing to the next thing, pulling me through to the rate where I am right now. So here's a few things that you can expect from me when it comes to actual gameplay in release. So during the release, you're going to expect me to do 2 hours of baseline gameplay for full-time stream. You're going to get 2 hours of me going for full-out gameplay. I will be muting my mic every once in a while, so audio will drop out when I'm doing something on the side or when I have something to do, or nature calls. So yeah, that's what's going to happen, and I hope that all of this here doesn't really affect my quality all that badly. Now, as you can see, I can play to some extent within the game, and this is what happens when I have recording software. It gives me the slight latency within the game. I did experience 1 or 2 other problems. They were being reported each time there was crash problems with the game. It instantly reported it every time that it happened, and hopefully with all of the upgrades that are planned for my device, none of them will happen again. Some of them are definitely hardware related, others were definitely game related due to stress, and also a heating problem that my computer ran into, running into full temperature throttle and crashing the entire PC. So yeah, that was something unbelievable to me. I'm hoping that things go well as I go for this live streaming, and hopefully this will be the new phase in my channel. Hopefully this will lead me to my 1,000+ subs. Catch you all in the live videos. when they